Good morning, crew. I hope you're having a great day. I have a short little mini lesson for you. We've been talking a lot in school about what readers do to be really good readers, to be second grade readers, to use all of the tools that we already know, and then adding all of the new tools that we're learning. So there's one tool that I told my crew, and I bet Miss Julie has mentioned to her crew too, about how sometimes we find a tricky word and we figure out how to say the word, but we don't do that deeper thinking. We don't stop, and actually figure out what the word means. And I mentioned to my crew that even happens for grown-up readers like me. And it just happened to me the other day. I was reading this book. It's called Mrs. Lincoln's Dressmaker. It's a historical fiction book about President Lincoln's wife and the lady who helped her dress. Back in the old days, a lot of times people had a person, an assistant, who helped them with their clothes. So anyway, I was reading this book, and I came across a word that I had never seen before. And I'm going to see if I can show it to you, and you'll know on pages, grown-up pages, wow, the writing is super small, right? So I'm going to read the sentence. So George was a student at Wilberforce University in Ohio, and she was a successful mantua maker. Mantua. Now, I was able to use what I knew about reading. There's that word. It's right under my finger. Mantua. So I was able to use what I knew about figuring out how to say words, and I was able to do that. And I could keep reading, right? I could have just kept on reading, but I didn't know what that word meant. So I stopped. I'm like, okay, a mantua maker. Actually, I read a little bit further, because sometimes if it's a word that the author maybe knows that you might not know, they'll tell you what it means. So this one, it said, a businesswoman with an admirable reputation, independent and free. Didn't really tell me what that word meant, and I kept reading, and it wasn't there. So I started to do some thinking. So I went back to my cover picture, Mantua Maker, and the name of my book, Mrs. Lincoln's Dressmaker. And I thought, could those be clues? And I'm like, they could be clues. And my brain is starting to think maybe it has something to do with that my cover. Maybe it has something to do with the dressmaker. So then I was actually at my mom's. My mom was with me when I had this book, and I said, hey Mom, have you ever heard of the word mantua? And she's like, no, it doesn't sound familiar to me. So I asked another reader who I thought might know the answer. So that was one of the things I tried. I read the book, and I said, is there something in the book that will help me know what it is? And I looked at my picture, right? And I did all of the things that I know how to do. I got to the point where nobody knew what that word meant. So I finally had to go to the internet, and I had to say, Mr. Internet, can you tell me what a mantua is? And actually, some of you may have seen me do this. I sometimes will just grab my phone, because there is it's just easy and it's always with me. So I did. I looked up what mantua meant, and the first thing that came up was, a city in Italy. I'm like, well, that's not what it means in this book. Sometimes words have more than one meaning. So I was like, well, that can't be what it means. So I went and I did some deeper dives. I kept looking, and I finally came to this. Can you see that? Mantua. Oh, and then it all started making sense. And then I was like, oh my goodness, look at the cover. Look at that picture. Look at the cover of my dress, or my book. She's got kind of a similar dress on there. So a mantua is a style of dress. So now when I go back and reread the sentence, she was a successful mantua maker. She was a successful dressmaker. And it makes sense with my cover and the title of my book. That's the work that we have to do as readers. Not just you, not just other friends in our crew, all of us who are readers, grown-up readers, moms and dads, brothers and sisters, everyone has to do that hard work. Doesn't do any good if you can read the word if you don't know what it means. Your job today, as you're reading, and you come across a tricky word, I want you to stop and do the work. And then I want you to write the word on a sticky note. I'm going to do it with you right now. So my word is mantua, M-A-N-T-A-U. I'm going to write the word mantua And then I'm going to write the definition for what a mantua is. Dressmaker. And it's a type of dress. So type of dress. Type of dress. Okay, I'm going to stick it on the cover of the book that I found it in. I'm going to take a picture on Seesaw. Just click picture, and I'm going to submit it. And that's it. I will put a link for you in your Seesaw so you know where to put the picture. But that's all you have to do for reading today. So it's going to go in with your reading time. We all have to read. We all get to read, right? So I want you to, when you find a tricky word, stop, figure it out, and make a sticky note and put it on your dress. So, on your dress. On your book. So, does that mean I can go pick out my favorite book that I know by heart? Probably not, because there's nothing tricky in there. I want you to choose a book that is a little bit of a challenge for you so that there might be some tricky words in there. Okay? All right. I hope you have fun with this one. I actually had a lot of fun with this one. And I learned something new, which is even better. I love it when I learn new things too, especially when I'm reading for fun. And I learned something new. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.